as I got there, I could tell something was fishy. I just had a feeling about it.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Coffee smells good for a change.
That's not the coffee. One of the electric typewriters short-circuited, caught on fire. You know what it was? It was something about the way the foreman looked at me.
Rossi, could you wait till I take my jacket off before you get intense?
Sure, Lou.
This all a mail?
First of all, it's a juicy contract for a new court building in Glenwood, and they gave it to a firm that gave the highest bid.
Does it usually go to the lowest, or has that changed?
Second, they're building it in some sort of record time. I mean, faster than anything's been built before.
What's the old record for a courthouse?
Third, they have guards at the building site. I mean, big goons standing around keeping people away. They don't even have those little windows where people can peek in.
Maybe they're working naked. Actually, it's the one on the right. It's on the left when you're leaving. Yeah, I'll see you at home for lunch. No. I'll bring something. Hey, I'm glad you're all here, honey. Uh-huh. Okay, bye-bye. That's Ellen, my daughter. The family drove up for a few days from Phoenix.
So what do you say, Lou? Can I do the story?
Bossy, you don't care about my personal life at all, do you?
Okay, how's your daughter?
She's fine.
So what about the fact that they gave the highest bid and they got the contract?
Substantiation, Rossi. Bring me some solid facts and I'll consider it.
Sure.
Which one of your daughters is in town?
Ellen. The middle one. She never caused me any trouble.
Did the others?
No, none of my daughters ever caused me any trouble. I always expected trouble, but I never got any.
Why would you expect trouble?
Are you kidding? With 3 daughters?
Pizza? Egg rolls? No, it's big hot dogs.
Boy, you kids from Phoenix. You don't even know a salami.
What's a salami?
Well, it's kind of a big hot dog. I didn't know what to choose, so I figured what we don't eat, we'll freeze. I gotta get over how tall you are.
Let's see how high I come up.
Let's see. You see that? Last time you were just at my belly button.
Do you have any bread there?
Yeah, I got it over here. Hey, where's Bert?
He didn't come.
No? You drove all that way by yourself?
We drove at night, because Mom said it was cooler. I never slept in the daytime before.
Well, don't get used to it. You'll end up working as a pit boss in Las Vegas.
Mom, can I get dressed? I don't want to sleep anymore.
Sure, honey. I put your clothes in the bottom drawer.
Okay, what's wrong?
What do you mean?
Bert's not coming with you. What's wrong?
Why do you always jump to the conclusion that something's wrong? I mean, did it ever enter your mind that Bert didn't come with us because he's busy?
Is that it?
No. We're separating.
What?
Do you mean lettuce?
You serious?
I wouldn't kid you about something like that.
What happened? Huh? Was he fooling around with someone?
No. No, nothing like that.
Then what is it?
Well,
We'll talk about it later.
it's all right. Nicky knows.
What? You're just separating, right? You're not talking about anything permanent.
I don't know. When I get back to Phoenix, we'll make more definite arrangements.
Oh.
Pop, I want to talk to you. I want to bring you up to date on things.
I'm not very hungry. I got a lot of work to do. Maybe just talk about it tonight. I'll try to get home as early as I can.
I'm Joe Rossi, Los Angeles Tribune. Oh, me too. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
If you don't mind staying out of the way of the workmen.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. How is it your company's able to do it so fast?
We use bigger crews, extra shifts, and we work a little harder.
Yeah. See, I had heard that your firm has a new formula for the cement, something that makes it set faster.
We try to improve every phase of the operation.
Yeah. What is it you put in the mix that does that?
Now, if I told you, every construction company would know about it, wouldn't they? That's why this is a closed site. Anything else you want to know?
Yeah. Who approves your mix?
Everybody. The Department of Buildings and Safety, Labor Department, the union. You want us to check it with you?
Boy, oh boy. I never saw a building go up so fast.
It's a pretty interesting process. We do it in layers. The scaffold's attached to the new layer of concrete. That hardens, the men pour out another layer. The scaffold's attached to that, and so on all the way up. You got it?
Yeah, pretty good.
Want to learn more? Join the union.
Wait a second. One more question.
Yes?
When you make the cement set faster, doesn't it also make it weaker?
Not according to the building inspectors. Where's your friend? The guy with the camera, what happened to it?
Oh, hey, this is good. There's a colony of anteaters reported living in Beverly Hills. Wonder how they can afford it. Probably just renting. I don't know if I can stand all of this enthusiasm.
I'm sorry, Donald. I got a lot on my mind. My daughter and her husband are having some problems.
I'm sorry to hear that.
She and Nick are probably out shopping.
What?
Nobody's home.
So, Dad, have you met any nice women lately?
Come on, Ellen, up front, Nick.
He's more interested in his ice cream than he is in your love life.
Why are we talking about this?
I worry about you.
Are you kidding? A single guy in L.A.? I got my own car, my own pad. Besides, when did you get old enough to worry about me?
I've been worrying about you since I was 6.
You have any trouble finding your way around?
Mm-mm. Bought a street map. Tomorrow I'm going to take Nick to Disneyland.
Oh, don't do that. We're looking forward to going with you on Saturday.
Saturday sounds like next year to him.
I bet you'd rather wait and go with me, wouldn't you, Nick? Your mother's too chicken to take you on Space Mountain, right?
Nick, Grandpa's talking to you. No, Nick, that's enough ice cream.
I want more.
No, you'll get a stomachache. You had enough.
You're mean. I want some more.
Oh, Nick.
No, because you did. I didn't do it. You did it.
Hey, Nick, is there any way to behave?
You did it. Leave me alone.
Ellen, what is this? What's the matter with him?
It's all right. He's just going through a phase. It's nothing.
Nothing. Doesn't he listen to you?
He can't.
What do you mean he can't?
He can't hear. Nick, he's going deaf.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Can you beat that? He murders his wife, and then he says he's going to sue us because we wrote about it. What do you think, Lou? You think that we should do a feature about it? Lou,
Specialist.
what you need is the best ear, nose, and throat man. I got him. We had a terrific doctor when Tommy had an ear infection. Mrs. Pinchon got us in to see him a year or two ago. A year or two? Still in junior high. Must have been 5 years ago. Year or two.
I know. When I look at Ellen, I have to keep reminding myself that she's married and a mother, and I don't have to tell her to turn off the TV and do her homework.
How's she handling it?
She seems okay. Ellen always did keep her feelings to herself.
How are you doing, Lou?
I don't like to keep my feelings to myself. I'm a wreck.
Here. Dr. Lester Wyatt. Best ENT man in town.
Thanks. Hello. I'd like an appointment with Dr. Wyatt. Yes, this would be a new patient, miss. June. The month? No, I was making sure that wasn't your name. You sure that's the earliest? Yes, I'm sure he is, but I mean...
There are the facts, Luke.
Just a second, Rossi.
Okay, but what do you see what I brought you?
Hello. Yes. You see, this is my daughter's son, and they just came in from Phoenix, and they won't be here long. So, I see. Well, could you make an exception in this? I see. Thank you. Facts. These aren't facts. There's a lot of people giving you the runaround.
That's just it. Everybody's icing me so much down. They're muscling me out of the way. If they were willing to talk, I wouldn't suspect a cover-up.
So what you're saying is the fact that you couldn't get a story proves that there is a story?
Kind of. If I could just have a little more time.
Where's the airport story?
I didn't get a chance to work on it yet. I was working on it.
Jim, Rossi, I'm the city editor. I decide what stories you'll write and when you'll write them. The airport is your assignment. Now. Forget that construction story. You got that?
I got that.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't ask you to do this, but I seem to be running into a stone wall with Dr. Wyatt's nurse.
Don't be silly, Mr. Grant. Julie, will you get me Dr. Lester Wyatt, please? Thank you.
I guess I'm asking you to do something that's unfair. I hate it when people throw their weight around.
Cases such as this one make me glad. You don't seem to understand. This is Margaret Pinchon. P-Y-N-C-H-O-N. As in Pinchon Clinic at St. Catherine's Hospital. Hello, Lester. Well, your charming nurse was just telling me you're much too busy to make an appointment. What, tomorrow? Oh, yes, of course. That's your golf day, isn't it? Well, if you'd be willing to tee off an hour later, we could be at the office by 9 o'clock. Oh, that's very nice. No, I'm fine. The appointment isn't for me. It's for,
Nicholas Peters.
It's for Nicholas Peters. Thank you, Lester. Goodbye.
What'll it be?
You serve guys from the Times?
Sure, they pay cash.
Have a tonic on the rocks.
Okay.
Put a lime in it.
Right.
And a little gin. And Joe, didn't tell me you had a girl.
What are you talking about?
You look like you just lost her.
Cute.
How was I didn't see you at Garber's press conference?
I'm covering something at the airport.
Oh, really? What happened? Mrs. Pinchon lose her luggage?
Something like that.
You ever have trouble selling a story to your editor?
Sometimes. Not if I really want it.
I mean, if you care enough about a story, he'll go along.
As a rule. Why?
I got a story. I tell you, man, I just know it's important.
And Grant killed it?
Killed it, drove a stake through its heart.
Go. I know how that can hurt.
No, it's not just a matter of hurt feelings. I mean, this is a story with information that should get out. I mean, it's big. It involves...
What is it?
What is it? You know I can't tell you.
Yeah, I know.
Not only is there corruption, but it's clear to anyone who digs a little. It's potentially dangerous. I mean, this is a thing where people could get hurt, even killed. It's just frustrating as hell.
Don't tell me anything you don't want to tell me. What's the area?
Can't say.
You said people could get hurt.
New construction.
Public or private?
Public. That's all you get.
All right, Nick, listen to what I'm saying. I want you to take a ring, put it up by your ear, and when I hit this, I want you to put the ring on the pole. Okay? All right, let's try one. All right? Ready? Very good, Nick, very good. Excellent. Nick, I'm going to go in back of you now, and I want you to do the same thing. Understand? Same thing. All right, wait.
Where's my mom?
Oh, she's right outside.
He's cheating.
Well, I think we have some answers for you.
Nick, would you wait outside, please?
Is it okay if he stays?
Of course.
I prefer he wait outside.
Won't you sit down, please? Well, Nick has a severe loss of hearing in his right ear and a moderate loss of hearing in his left ear, which is getting progressively worse.
Is there anything we can do?
Yes. Start helping him. He can't hear, so he thinks he's a bad boy because he can't hear.
What happened? What's wrong with him?
I'm not sure. It could have been an infection that did permanent damage like rubella, or it could be congenital. It's been going on a number of years now. We don't always know the reasons why, and we don't always know what to do about it.
What about an operation?
There's nothing to operate on.
There must be some chance his hearing will come back.
Mrs. Peters, I'd be lying to you if I said I felt that was so. But what you can do is you can teach him to communicate while he still has some hearing left. Your son is intelligent. He could learn these communication skills without any problem. And there's some good schools in the area and in Phoenix. I have a list right here.
Thank you, Doctor. I won't need it. Let's go, Daddy.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't there anything more you want to know?
No.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
You really steaming him in there. You got some arm.
Just tell me when you try, Grandpa.
No, it's okay. I'm not tired. You tired?
Yeah.
You had a big day today.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Grandpa.
About what?
I flunked the test.
What makes you think you flunked?
I could tell by the look on my mom's face.
You didn't fail. It isn't the kind of test that you pass or fail. It's the kind of test that shows how much you can hear.
Oh, good. 'Cause I've been flunking a lot of tests.
Yeah.
I don't do good in school anymore. I used to. But third grade, boy, it sure is hard.
What do you think is wrong?
I guess I don't pay attention enough. That's what the teacher said.
Nick, it might be harder for you to pay attention than it is for some of the other kids.
Yeah, I know. I promise to do better when I get back home.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E. A&E returns to Lou Grant.
Morning, Lou.
Morning.
I'm really sorry to hear about your grandson.
Yeah, he's a great little kid. It's tough. I hate to think of all the things he's gonna miss.
You know, when I was in college, one of my best friends was dead.
No, that's a shame.
That's the way I felt at first, but I got over that very quickly. I honestly don't think that her life was any less full than mine.
How'd she manage?
She had to work very hard. She compensated. Went to a special school. You know, there's one like it near here. I could arrange for you and your daughter to visit it if you like.
Thanks, Billy. Let me think about it.
Okay.
Morning, Lou.
Morning.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I feel fine.
I can tell. Listen, here's what we've got so far. Leading off for the day, we have the finals of the Miss Nude Los Angeles pageant. I had 6 reporters available. I sent Rosenthal.
Why Rosenthal?
Because he was the highest bidder. And the mayor is scheduled to reassure us about the Olympics this afternoon.
Can we give that to Rossi?
Yeah, he's finishing up on the airport story. He's doing a real nice job. He's not happy, but he's doing it.
City desk. Bert, where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm in Phoenix. I was just calling to see how Ellen and Nick are.
Oh, they're doing okay. Look, Bert, I don't know what your problem is with Ellen.
Part of our problem, Lou, is what's happening to Nick. Nick is going deaf. Now, I hate it as much as Ellen does, but it is a fact. And the longer she holds on to the idea that there's a cure for him, well, the more damage she'll do.
You know, we took Nick to a doctor yesterday. I think you ought to be out here. Maybe you can work out your problems.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry. I really am.
Yeah, so am I.
Okay. I'm glad you called.
Listen, Lou, I just talked to the school and I've got us a tentative appointment for tomorrow around lunchtime.
You're really pushing this, aren't you?
No, if you like it, we can make it for the day after.
Okay, Billy, tomorrow will be fine.
You want me to call Ellen and tell her?
No. This will just be you and me. Has Lou seen this yet?
I don't think so.
Seen what?
Today's Times, page 1. There's a big shake-up at Building and Safety in Glenwood. They've suspended 3 building inspectors.
Let me see that.
They got an injunction to stop construction on the new courthouse. Looks like we blew one.
Who wrote it?
Kevin Marshall.
Good for him. But I'm not surprised. You know, if the Trib ever decides to steal anybody from the Times, he's the guy. Even Rossi's got good things to say about him. Says he's fair.
Here's the airport story.
We're really proud of our graduates. A lot of them go on to college.
That's great.
They've become accountants, scientists, even have a doctor who's been deaf since his teens. He's a terrific role model for the kids.
Okay, dial. Good, put it over there. What are you going to say?
Back up the other end of the line.
What color are the rabbit's eyes?
Rabbit eye, proud.
Yes, brown eyes. And what does the rabbit drink?
Water.
Okay. And
I
how
couldn't
many
help noticing that you don't seem to teach sign language here.
No, we don't. It's not part of our program. To be perfectly frank, there's been a fundamental split between those who favor lip reading and those who favor signing.
Lip reading would seem more difficult to me.
Perhaps it is at first, especially for children who get distracted so easily. Many sounds look alike, and they need a clear view of the mouth. It's a real skill. But what we like about it is it doesn't separate deaf children from the rest of the world.
My friend in college that I told you about, she used sign language. She felt she could be more expressive with it.
Well, that's what a lot of people feel. We do a lot of plays. These are kids who were born deaf, and they're talking.
They sure look like they're having a great time.
I'm sorry you had your back to me. I couldn't see what you were saying.
I didn't realize.
That's nice.
City desk, Donovan. Rosenthal, where are you? We already ran your story on Miss Nude Los Angeles. I don't think it's worth a follow-up. What kind of a scandal? How on earth do you cheat in a nude beauty contest? Oh, and nobody noticed? No, I don't think it's our kind of story, no. No, come on in, Rosie.
Here's more on the Olympics. Councilman Garber says it'll be the best thing to happen to L.A. since Clara Bow.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay with you. I'm going back to City Hall.
Oh, Rossi.
Yeah?
I know the desk has been giving you a rough time lately. For what it's worth, I think we owe you an apology.
Forget it.
Well, just so you know, I think you've been handling it well. I appreciate it.
Okay.
And next year, the Miss Nude Los Angeles story is yours.
I'll remember that.
What's great is the kids seem very bright and really happy. It's a nice school.
I'm not interested in the school. It's a last resort. We haven't reached that point yet.
Maybe if you just went out there and talked to
Dad, I really appreciate what you're doing. It's terrific. I just don't think it's the right approach for Nicky.
I get it.
Hi, Lou.
Bert.
Yeah, I decided to come down after all.
I'm real glad you did. Come in, come in.
Thanks.
Daddy!
How you doing, pal?
You gonna say what I say? What you gonna say?
I'll set another plate.
Well, at least for dinner.
They have a roller coaster there. The biggest in the world. It has 2 loops where you go completely upside down and then you go backwards on it.
Wow, can I go on it?
Sure. If you can find someone to go with you.
Look, Ellen, let's wait on that. Let's talk. Nicky, you can be excused if you'd like.
Okay.
Here.
Ellen, I didn't come all the way from Phoenix just to have dinner. Lou convinced me it might be a good idea if we tried to thrash things out of you.
Oh, now you're both going to gang up on me.
Ellen, it's not a question of taking sides. We all want the same thing.
No, you don't. You're willing for Nicky not to be well. I'm not. I want my son to be normal. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. But it's just not possible. Look, we have to begin to accept what's real and go on from there. Look, the worst thing for Nicky was that year when we both tried to pretend that there was nothing wrong with him. When he was failing in school, when he wasn't learning, and we thought he just wasn't trying. It just kills me, Ellen, to think of Nicky sitting in that classroom, straining to hear what the teacher's saying.
You didn't do anything about it then, and you're not going to do anything about it now. You're not a fighter, Bert. You never were. You just accept things.
Taking shots at me, Ellen, isn't going to help.
I think maybe we should be talking about what we can do now, what our options are.
There's nothing to talk about. I made an appointment to see a specialist in San Francisco.
Oh, no, Ellen. Not another specialist.
Right. And another, and another, and another. Until I find one that's willing to help Nicky.
Scaffold went down with 8 workers on it. Yeah, the structure did not hold. Hey, who's on the way? Because there's nobody here from the Trib yet but me, and it looks like Channel 6 is going to do a live report. I got some good shots. I'll bring them in unless you want me to stick around.
I'm told that 6 men have been taken to Glenwood Hospital. Firemen are continuing their search for more bodies. It's not known how many men were on the scaffold when it fell. This catastrophe comes on the heels of yesterday's story in the Los Angeles Times charging collusion between the contractor and Glenwood city building inspectors. The 3 suspended...
I just want to say one thing.
I don't want to hear it.
Attorney for the men have refused comment, charging that...
It's my fault. He begged me to let him do the story. We should have had it. It's my fault.
Come on, Lou, you had a lot on your mind. I could have done the same thing. I mean, Rossi didn't have it nailed. Besides, who knew the scaffold would fall down?
Excuse me, Charlie. You guys seen Rossi lately?
Yeah, why?
Well, he hasn't been in for a few days.
So?
Well, Kevin Marshall, you know, the guy from the Times, he told me to give him a bottle of champagne when he came in. I ordered one special. I've had it chilling for a few days, and it's taking up a lot of room in the fridge.
I'll tell him to come get it.
Oh, thanks, Lou.
Why would Kevin Marshall be buying Rossi's champagne? He's the one who got the great story.
Maybe it's Rossi's birthday.
Is it Rossi's birthday?
No.
Rossi giving a story to a rival paper? I can't believe it. But if he did, if Rossi did that, he's had it.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
You wanted to see me?
Yeah, sit down. How you been?
Fine. Just fine. Pretty good. I feel okay.
Did you read Marshall's story?
Yes.
Such an odd coincidence. I mean, with all the construction going on around here. Don't you think it's odd that Marshall picked the one that you wanted to write about?
Not really.
Not really?
Well, Marshall has a very good contact in the DA's office. He got the confirmation that there was an investigation in the air.
Confirmation? Confirmation of what?
That there was something going on. Well, he might have had an idea.
Come on, Rossi. Don't play cat and mouse with me.
Well, I might have said that there was something going on.
You might have said.
Okay, I said I thought there was something going on.
Oh. You just said there was something going on. And coincidentally, he ends up at Glenwood at the same construction site you spotted.
I never said where. I was afraid of what might happen, of what did happen, that people would be hurt.
You gave a story to a rival newspaper. Do you realize that?
Of course I realize that. Don't you think it chews me up to see that story written by Kevin Marshall? But it was important for that information to get out. I knew what the risks were.
Did you? Hi, Miss Pinchon.
Oh, Mr. Grant, hello.
You do that? Give money to bums? I don't know. Usually I don't. I figure they're just going to drink it.
Oh, I don't either, but, that poor fellow used to work for the Tribune.
Oh, that's too bad.
He's a former city editor. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
So tell me, was Dr. Wyatt of help to your grandson?
Yeah, he was. Unfortunately, my daughter seems to be the problem now.
Oh, how's that?
Well, Dr. Wyatt confirmed what the other doctors had told Ellen. She just can't accept the fact that Nick is becoming deaf.
Yes, I can see your problem.
The frustrating thing is, there's a school right here in town, the Glenwood School. They do wonderful things with kids who can't hear.
Glenwood's marvelous. Wasn't Ellen impressed with it?
I can't get her to go. She's resisting this, and I don't know what to do.
Mr. Grant.
Yeah?
I've known you, how long? Over a year?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've seen you deal with people when they try to resist you. When you have something you want them to do. It's hard to believe that a man so inventive in the art of persuasion would have trouble dealing with Ellen.
Yeah, but this is my daughter. I don't want to get too rough with her. I could lose her.
She's the last person you're going to lose.
In here, Lou.
Hi. Where's Ellen and Nick? The car's gone.
Oh, Ellen took Nicky down to buy him some clothes. But Lou, I've been talking with Ellen, and I've decided to go back to Phoenix. I'm just fixing myself a sandwich here to eat on the way. I hope you don't mind.
No, of course I don't mind. What are you going for?
But my being here isn't doing any good. I'm not going to change Ellen's mind. The whole situation's making everybody uptight. Nicky, even you. So, I think I'll just shove off when I get back.
You've got to stick around. At least for a day.
Why?
Because 10 years ago, halfway through college and with no job prospects, you came to me and asked me for my daughter's hand. I know she would have married you anyway, but at least you showed me the courtesy of letting me say yes or no. Don't make me look like I did a dumb thing.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Well, I want you to stick around. I'm taking Ellen and Nick out to that school today. When she gets back, I'd like you to be here.
Okay, I'll stay for sure. Hey, you want half a sandwich?
Yeah.
Here.
What is this?
Salami on raisin bread?
I think I know what's wrong with your marriage.
Lou Grant will continue in a moment here on A&E.
Can't believe what I had to go through to get you here.
I don't think I got the stubbornness from Mom's side.
Hey, Ellen, remember when you were a kid, how if I wanted you to go someplace you didn't want to go or do something you didn't want to do, I could always get my way by sitting you down, reasoning with you, discussing all the angles, and then in the end, bribing you with an ice cream soda or some candy.
I was the chubbiest kid in 5th grade.
Your mother never knew. She just thought I had a way with my kids.
Dad, I got a confession to make.
Huh?
I never really liked candy that much.
What?
You went through so much trouble setting me up. I didn't have the heart to let you down. And Mother knew. Glad you could all come. Shall we begin? Is there some place where Nicky can wait? Don't you want him to see the school? No, not yet. I'd rather look at it first without him.
I think Mrs. Stevens went to a great deal of trouble to...
No, there's no problem, really. Nicky can wait right here. Mrs. Turner can watch him. Nicky, we'll be back in half an hour. Okay, Mom. This is Mrs. Turner. Shall we go?
Mrs. Turner.
Hi. Shall we go?
Okay. See you in a little while, Nick.
Bye.
Hello. Okay, sounds good, thank you.
Why do you have to learn to use a hearing aid? It's not just like putting on glasses. It takes some training. I don't think Nick will have any trouble. Hearing aid? Why don't you just get him a badge that says I'm deaf? Because a badge wouldn't help him to hear any better. Angela's case is very similar to Nick's. She lost her hearing at age 6. She came here 2 years ago to pick up lip reading. As you can see, she's quite good at it. Why does she still have to come if she's so good? When you stop hearing your own voice, there's a natural tendency to become a little lazy in your speech. The therapist sharpens those skills necessary to combat that.
School.
Stool. I-E.
No.
E.
Better.
Dumb.
Give me your hand.
Dumb.
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 He has 4 feet. Espinosa?
Lip reading's one of the most important skills Nick will need to pick up.
How long does it take?
That's difficult to predict. These children were born deaf. Nick will have a tremendous advantage, having already acquired hearing and verbal skills.
Yeah, he's very lucky.
Come on, Ellen. What are you doing?
Why did you drag me here? I can't stay here watching those poor children. Don't you understand? That's not for Nick. I don't want him to end up like that. I want him to be whole, to be healthy, to be normal.
I want to tell you something, Ellen. Every one of those kids in there is whole and healthy and normal. I don't want him to be deaf either. But he's going to be, Ellen. And you denying his deafness won't make him hear.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Are you having a good time, Nicky? Would you like to go back and play some more?
Can I?
Nicky takes his lead from you, honey. If he thinks you can't accept him the way he is, how can he accept himself?
Bert,
Yeah?
I'm going to tell him tomorrow
What?
what it means to go deaf. I don't think Nicky really understands what's been happening to him. He needs to be told.
Well, when you tell him, you want some help?
Yes.
Thanks.
Where does that leave us?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just because of Nicky's problem or something that's just between us, but we're further apart than I ever thought we could be.
I know. I hate it.
Well, that's a start.
Don't even try, Lou. You can't talk me out of it. Rossi gave a tip that led to an important story for a rival paper. There's no excuse for that. None whatever.
He thought there was.
I'm sorry. A reporter gives away a story, he's out. Now, Rossi knows the rules. We've got to can him.
What he did was wrong. To us, not to him. Charlie, when we were young reporters, the other paper was the enemy. But Rossi and Billy, their generation doesn't feel that way. They don't have that unquestioning loyalty to institutions that we do. To them, the main enemy is ignorance. Their loyalty to this paper, even this country, will always take second place to their sense of right and wrong.
I think there's a hell of a lot to be said for loyalty. We're giving him a place to do what he wants to do, and I think he owes us something.
Charlie, it was my fault. I wasn't paying attention. If I had been, I don't think any of this would have happened.
You want me to fire you?
I want you to give Rossi one more chance.
No.
If you can't do it for him, do it for me. Out of loyalty?
Okay.
Just saved your butt.
The verdict is not guilty. Will the man who has led a charmed life be able to pick up where he left off? We'll examine the life of O.J. Simpson on a special biography tonight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific, only on A&E. Now, a cop's extramarital affair threatens to tear his marriage apart. On Police Story, next on A&E.